The title says it all. Today we test our first quarry in a Dcraft world. Well, did I just throw something at you? I don't think I did. It just looks like I am. Ho, ho, ho. Good evening from GrampyJAG and living in a Dcraft world. So, I got stuff built. If you can see over my shoulder, I got a bunch of engines. I want to be setting up a quarry in here, a test quarry. And we'll show you how to make it all work. So give me just a second to turn around and figure out what I'm doing. All right, let's start out first with the power system. You notice that we have redstone dust along here, and we have a switch which turns the dust on. That turns the engines on. Right now there's no fuel, so they didn't do nothing. So the first thing you do to build the power system is figure out where the heck is your quarry going to go. And we're going to put it right there. So you'll notice my gold pipe connected up. My power pipes did not, because I need one more chunk. But before you can do any of that, you got to figure your spacing. So I figured 1, 2, 3, and that's where your kinesis pipes, your wood kinesis, your input pipes need to go. And you have to put these down before your engines, because your engines are going to link to those. If you just try and put your engine down, it's going to be in the wrong orientation. So put your 4 pipes down, put your 4 engines down, sprinkle your dust, put your lever, and then connect up your power. So as I said, I was short 1 pipe, so we're going to take a golden kinesis pipe and some redstone dust, coat the inside, and now it will transmit power. So poof, there it goes. So power goes in from the side, your goodies come out from the top, and they will follow these gold pipes. Now, because I'm using a gold pipe, I don't need to have like the power. I still need the wooden input pipe or extraction pipe, or what? Yeah, it's extraction, I guess. You still need the extraction pipe for power. You don't, because this auto pushes and the gold pipes will automatically accept. So makes it a little bit easier not having to put a pump and an extraction pipe and an input pipe, and yeah, it's an all-in-one goodie when it comes to items. Chest is empty. It is not a sophisticated system in that I do not have any sorting pipes in here yet. I do not have any void pipes to get rid of junk. I'm going to have to throw away junk manually still. So let's put some, actually let's clean up our mess first. Put these back in, and you'll notice I got 3 of these now. I had done a small test quarry earlier and wound up having, it was a pain shuttling things back and forth. Let's just leave it at that. So we're going to put charcoal, and you could use blocks, you could use wood, you could use coal, doesn't matter. Put that one back and put those back. Move this back. Alright, so with the flip of the lever here, it should start pumping out power, and they'll look like blue pulses. It goes in here, and you should see it start chewing away at the wall. You cannot see at the moment. Maybe if I break one. Yeah, now you can see it. It's going to chew out everything in this blocky area. Destroy all those blocks using a laser. Well, at least that's what we call it. Poof, there we go. And of course I'm on the wrong side. There we go. You see the laser doing its thing. Poof, poof, poof. Poof, poof, poof. And it will hollow this all out till this yellow-black caution rig is exposed. Once that's done, it will build the rig and the machine for doing the mining. Now we got to be real careful anytime we dig around where this hole is, because it's going to go straight down to the bottom. And right now, that is a 96 block fall. So we really want to be careful around these pits. Which is why I'm over here in mine 2, way away from everything. And we're going to get some resources. I need iron badly. I could use tin and copper badly. I got plenty of silver and lead currently. Gold is good too. But I really need the iron. Quite honestly, I goobered. I made the wrong engines. I made the combustion engines, not the Stirling engines. So these are heat engines. They run on heat only. The combustion engines require liquid fuel, and they have to be water cooled. So, yeah. If I were quick, I could get in there and snag this. Yep. And you notice the laser didn't bother me. It won't hurt you. There was one point, I believe, where it did. It would like kill you. But now you can run around in there. And here's the thing. If you put a block, it's gonna, when it gets done, it's gonna, if you put it anywhere that it's already cleared out, it's gonna prioritize that. If you put a torch, again, it's gonna zap that. And it's gonna destroy it. Ain't gonna go in the box. Ooh, what do we got there? That looks like 10. We'll snag all this before the laser destroys it. Wow, that's a big chunk of tin. Chuck that in the box. Put a little light in here. See a little better. So see, if you're here and you can keep an eye on it, you can get some goodies, but you gotta be fast, especially when you get better power going here. Oh, and I found there may be an adapter that'll let you use RF. That's going to be interesting, because if I hook a nuclear reactor up to this thing, oh baby, don't even need to be a big nuclear reactor. It can be like a 1 or 2 cell. Just have 1 or 2 pieces of uranium in there. And that thing would fly. Not certain how that goes with the whole buildcraft and steampunky type thing. I mean, this is kind of a leap. This is a pretty advanced piece of machinery early on in the game here, but it's also extremely limited in some ways and slow. But if we have that adapter that gives you improvements you can get later on if you put the work in. If you don't want to put the work in, you can keep loading charcoal in. Or whatever floats your boat. You want to stay steampunky? Use the charcoal. Or you could use the mysterious energy generator. Ooh. If only it ran on crystals. I don't think you can change the fuel for these. Pretty sure that's hardwired. It'd be neat if you could use Ethereum crystals and make it in a nuclear reactor. You might be able to. I don't know. We'll have to look at it. Oh, give me that. That's mine. I'll take those too, even though you're not going to bother them. Oops, it's going to hit that one. Yep. It hit that. Yeah, I might as well pull that one out of the floor. It's going to grab it anyway, but... Let's say, we got good tin in this area. It's that white tin. You don't see much of that. At least in this iteration. Don't know why. I say that a lot. Don't know why. It's the randomness of Minecraft. I have not done any significant changes since the last time I did a test run on this. But there's a lot of changes in the game. Must just be that little bit of random when the world generates. It picks certain rules. But you can see we're going to be chunking through coal. We're already down to 59. That's why I was trying to get ahead on the charcoal production. Regular coal, anthracite, I have a bunch of now, but I have uses for that later. Really want to keep using coal, or not coal, charcoal. And I could get a longer run time if I compressed it into blocks. They'll burn longer. Alright, we are getting down to the last little bit. No, I ain't going right in there and get that coal. The lignite. Lignite's not really... Well, the only thing about lignite, I'll tell you, I found a thing. And I don't remember this being in the pack, but there is a thing which will let you basically upgrade lignite into regular coal, so you can use it in a coking oven. So it's like pre-coking, because lignite is just very, very contaminated soft coal. It has a lot of sulfur in it, a lot of other goodies. And it's soft, so it hadn't been compressed as much. So this thing basically takes a piece of lignite, squeezes it down, and turns it into coal. Or refines it, as it says. We don't really do that in real life. Lignite's just trash coal. You don't use it for much anything if you can help it. You want to at least go to bituminous. Anthracite's really hard, and I've used it before, and it's hard to keep it burning. You need to have a very hot, oxygenated fire to keep anthracite burning. Tried using it in my forge when I was in high school. Did blacksmithing work back then. Not a fun thing to use. The best thing out there is charcoal, but there's always a but. Charcoal is not very dense and it burns very fast, and we're not talking charcoal briquettes. You might as well use coal if you're using charcoal briquettes. And we'll get into that and another reason why you shouldn't cook with charcoal briquettes. But in any case, the charcoal burns fast, burns really hot, and gives you an excellent reducing or oxygenating atmosphere, depending on what you're trying to do with your iron. It is a joy to work with, except when it starts snapping. You start pushing air into the fire, and it will light every piece of dust around you. Go pop, pop, snap, snap, pop, pop, snap. There's sparks everywhere. That's not so fun. But what you can do with the iron, now that's fun. You just got to have a lot of pre-broken down charcoal. So you make your charcoal like we do in the pit, and then you got to take it to your anvil and basically you whack it down into small pieces. Small, fairly even size is what you want. About the size of a quarter. Here we go. There's the build. Yeah, I'll move so you can see it better. See that? Getting that scaffolding around it. Again, that takes a chunk of power to do. What I can also do is this. because this creates a lot of darkness, and we don't like darkness. So I can go around and clean out the edge. And see, it's lagging me a bit here because I'm right in the chunk with it. Oh, that's something I didn't check. That was an important thing I didn't do. Let me explain here when I get around the edge. All right, we're going to do our Shift F3G. So hit Shift F3G. This shows you where your chunk boundaries are. Okay, this might not be terrible the way I did this. Ideally, you want to have all of your processing equipment, all your pipes, in the chunk that your quarry is sitting in. It will keep this chunk loaded, and it will keep anything that it's working in loaded. So it looks like we did okay, even though we didn't check it first. We're going to breach the outside here. Cool. Just what I didn't want to do. Oh well. These things happen. And apparently I've been down there. Looks like it was a cave I jumped into. So now it's depositing. We've got our tin and our copper that we picked up, and it's putting all the cobblestone in that it's grabbing. And it will just keep chunking away here until it runs out of fuel or hits bottom or hits a situation where it's making like cobblestone from water and, you know, like a cobble gen. If it hits a cobble gen situation, it will just keep breaking the cobble, picking it up, and another will form, and it'll break it, and it'll pick it up, and another will form, and it wastes a lot of fuel. Yeah, you can't pick up the bag while you're in the bag, by the way. Let's get rid of this dirt. Probably get rid of that too. So this is it. This is the way we get infinite resources, in effect. We got to move this periodically. Now you see how these gotten out of sync? I don't know that this is actually true. I've got no way to say, but I have been told if these are out of sync, and especially if they're firing power at different times, it will not be as effective. You'll be wasting power. So let's click it off. Click it back on. See how they go all together? So they're giving that entire pulse into the machine all at the same time. So 4 Stirling engines put out about the same power as 1 combustion engine, but there's a lot more work involved with a combustion engine. First off is making the liquid fuel. So if you want this to run quickly, you're going to need probably 8 to 16 of these engines. I ain't going to put that much strain on the system right now. Don't need it. This will get us resources quick enough for what we're doing. Oh yeah, look at, we got a great view of the outside. Yeah, that's why I'm doing this over at Tin Mine too, because I don't need to have big chunky holes visible from any of my bases. Another good place to do this is in the ocean, which is where my first test pit was, but I didn't get a whole lot of resources out of it for some reason. It was kind of barren there. I've hit a few spots in this world where there's just basically nothing has spawned, or extremely little. I've hit other areas where it's been very, very rich. So as we go down, we change different zones for what we're going to get. We're in the tin zone, so we're actually getting out of the white tin and into the blue tin. And then we'll hit blue tin and zinc and some iron, and then, yeah, we'll get all the rest of it. Copper spread through everything. Let's see, it just goes plunk, 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 plunk. Yeah, and what if I had the liquid fire engines, and I normally run like 8 of the combustion engines. So what's 4 times 8? That's like having 32 of these guys hooked up. But the logistics of keeping them fueled is crazy. But if you have the combustion engines, this will go plunk, 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 at a fairly good rate, and you can do a full-size pit in, a couple hours. Oh, I didn't even see that when I was coming through here. Let's grab that too. Waste not, want not. Right now I need all of the copper and tin and iron I can get. So here's the bad thing. Not only do you have to keep putting fuel in, you got to keep throwing the trash out. Didn't realize I had an iron pickaxe in here. We'll hold on to all the dimensional stone like slate and granite, marble, etc. Any special stones, we'll keep those, and then any resources. Cobblestone, to an extent, gravel, flint, all going to get tossed. Sand will definitely save. We have a lot of uses for sand. I could always grind the gravel down later, but I just don't. I'm running out of space to put stuff. So until we can get a little further in the technology line, which basically is electronics, we got to get basic electronics, and then we can get a better storage system. No, I didn't put storage drawers in. I considered it. I'm not a huge fan. I think it's overly powerful for the tech level it represents, which is why I went with barrels and chests and storage crates. They are sufficient. You can upgrade your chests to diamond, as we did here. This is my only diamond chest, I think. And it holds a significant amount. If I wanted to hold a lot of one item, I would have used a barrel, and I would have upgraded the barrel. If it was fluids, I'd use a tank or a drum. We have 2 different types. And quite honestly, I like the drums better than the tanks. They look nicer. The tanks look a little too modernish. Oh, and you can jump. Well, if I had this dug out, you could jump up there. Not always here. We'll go a wise thing, because, yeah, you go and overestimate, and down you go. Remember, safety first. In fact, you should probably dig this out too and put a fence around this thing just so you don't accidentally go in. Also will help keep your quarry from dropping down. Like I I almost lost the quarry down into the depths of the ocean. I can only go down about 20 blocks without drowning. So that would have been, yeah, because it was all the way down like 64 blocks if I would have dropped it. So, in any case, now you know a lot more. Yeah, over here. Now you know a lot more about how to run a Buildcraft quarry. Here's the thing. You don't just have to use it for digging rock. You can use it for a lot of other things. You can use it for digging out rooms. You can use it for digging wood. You can use it, yeah, let your mind. You can use it to dig out sea temples. But you got to be way up in the sky to do that. Otherwise, them guardian things will zap you. Done that too. Love Buildcraft. Why does it always look like I'm throwing stuff? I don't get it. No, don't go in the trash can. It's not actually a trash can. That's a urinal. You can build trash cans. Urinals you got to dig. Porta potty. Latrine. Outhouse. Whatever you want to call it. You just stand there and you throw your waste materials in it. Oops, not the slate. So see, I just stand here and I just go, it feels so much better. Yeah, that probably wasn't warranted. This is why it's not kid-friendly. Yeah, now it's getting hard to see down there. I would have to go outside to take a look, and I ain't going to do that. And we're back down below. Well, for now, I am going to go AFK, and that got, I don't know why that gets off. Don't know why it gets off like that. It shouldn't. They should all fire once you start it right the first time, unless something runs out of coal or charcoal, fuel basically. I don't know. Maybe they weren't quite sequenced up on the fuel burn. In any case, I'm going to go AFK for a while. You enjoy, and I'm out of here. Kind of quiet. We're in the middle of a blood moon, so I managed to get here. It's a fairly safe spot without too much trouble. I was working on the quarry. Quarry was done when I got back from cutting wood, so let me show you what we got. So in here we got all of our goodies. We didn't get a lot of anything because it was such a small one. I was hoping to get more magnetite. But we got some stuff in here, including some new stones. We got an emerald. That's our first. We got some more diamonds. That's always good. And some other types of stone and such. So, oh, and we found sulfur. So that wasn't bad. And then in here, this is most of the cobblestone, and I compressed it down. So each of these blocks, these 5 blocks, is actually 729 blocks. So we got the triple. We didn't get the double, but we did get some compressed. We used up all the double to make the triple. Stores a lot, saves a lot of room storing it that way. So let's see where we're at on the clock. We still got a ways to go. We're about halfway through the night. I am going to move the quarry and hopefully do a couple of improvements. I won't probably be able to make a void pipe, but I can get a diamond pipe in there to sort, and I can sort the junk into a trash can. Basically the same thing as far as effect, but void pipes are a little more compact, a little easier to use in some respects. That's where we're going. We're going to do a couple more of these little test pits, and then we're going to make a real one. And, oh, creepers. Gotta love them. Just between you and me, I don't like these blood moons. They're scary. Worst possible thing, Enderman jumps right in front of my eyeballs. Yeah, I should look down. That way if he shows up, I won't look him in the eye. Yeah, if I do this, yeah, definitely want to keep the eyes down. There was another boom. So, I'll get back to you if I survive the blood moon. Bye. Woohoo! This is GrampyJAG coming to you from Living in a Dcraft World Omicron Edition. Available on CurseForge right now. Hi there, guys. So, here's the deal. You see that colorful thing above my head, that blue outline thing that got red, black, and blue on it? That there is a diamond pipe, and that sorts. And what we want to do is we want to shunt all the cobblestone off into that trash can. Get rid of it. And we can do that with other things too. And I'm going to show you how you go and define that. So first thing you got to do is push the right buttons. By the way, you know what I found out? You know what I found out? Sharks drop prismarine. Ain't that a kick in the head? Just saying. So here is your pipe. We're going to click on it. And you notice you have all these different colors. Each of these 6 different colors is a different direction on the pipe. So we have red, black, and blue. So black, red, blue. The one we are interested in is the blue. That's the one we want to make different. So we're going to drop a ghost image of a cobblestone in the blue. So what this will do, the red will do nothing because the stuff's entering the red. Red don't care. And we don't have anything on the red, so it won't block it. We could, in theory, block it if we put something in the red. And those items would not go in. Black, don't care. It'll go down through the black because there's nothing in the black, nothing in the red, not going to impede us. The blue, however, will only allow cobblestone. That's the only thing that's going to go through there. And when it goes through there, it's going to disappear because it's going into the trash can, which destroys blocks. Makes them leave the world. So let's turn this bad boy on. And it's going to do like it did before. It's going to go and destroy all the blocks. So this is going to take a minute. And I'm just going to hang out up here and play zippity-doo-dah and see if there's anything worth salvaging. I'll probably just speed through this part until we get to where we are pumping cobblestone and you can see it go into the trash can. So with various combinations of these sorting pipes, you can get quite a sophisticated sorting system going. Especially if you've got void pipes, you can catch the stuff as it comes out here and void it, and then only the good stuff go in. And that actually is a better way of doing it, because that will get the items out of the world, and it doesn't have to have them in the world as long and keep track of them. By it, I mean the computer, of course. But the sooner you can get that stuff out of the world, the less work your computer has to do, so you'll have less lag. So anyhow, we're going to sit, I'm going to be quiet, and we're going to watch, see if we see tin or anything pop up. So I know some of you are saying it is really dark in there. How do you get any light in there, GrampyJAG, so you can see where, like copper and stuff is? It's not that hard. You just got to put it where the laser ain't looking. So if we come over here, we go diggity dig, drop a torch in. Now you can see, and that is outside, so we don't have to worry about it. Alrighty, so we should be pumping, and you see you got your cobblestone coming up here, going and pumping through. I'm not certain if I will be quick enough to show you this, but there he is. So watch our tin. And in the box, now we have tin. We can also take dirt out. Let's go ahead and filter dirt. So just drop that in. And see anything above that line, it'll zap. Boom, boom, like that. Anything below, it'll say, hey, I already cleared that out. What are you doing? There you go, like so. And it comes up, transports, and down in. Got a little more dirt. Make sure that's working. Here come the dirt and right through. So we could do that with anything if we wanted to put, I don't know why it does that. It's glitching. It don't like that direction. It's glitching. So anyhow, that is how you can sort in a very, very basic way. So this means we'll have less stuff in our box this time. We'll have to throw all that stuff out. We just have the cream of the crop, or the creamier of the crop. So, why do we use the Quarry if it's so slow? Because you can do this. You can walk away and do something else. That is why we use the Quarry. Not eaten. Let's go and contribute to our hearts. And we gained a heart. Yoo-hoo! We're harder to kill. Hearts are good. Armor's better, I think. We can only get so much armor in this, though. So let's see, what time is it? It is morning. It is just about morning. I don't think we can even go to sleep. Nope. It is morning officially. So I don't hear anything. We're going to leave it alone. I'm going to go take care of some trees. I'll let you go and try Dcraft and see how you do. Remember, it's a dangerous world out there. Take care of yourselves. And this, I believe, is winter number 7. So 7 years we've been here. Wow, doesn't seem that long. Bye. Next time, by Gravel and Dirt, we're building bridges.